Hi, my name is Milan Yerkovich. I'm a co-host with New Life Live, and today I'm going to be talking about moving past my childhood trauma. Now, that was a question that was posed by someone, and moving past my childhood trauma. Moving past my childhood trauma. Well, I got to change the words here a little bit. You see, because we'd never move past something that's traumatic. The implication here in the question is, can I get over my childhood trauma? Can I somehow leap to a position where I'm over it? I'm just over it. As though I can avoid it, as though I can just move along and somehow get rid of it, kind of slough it off. The other day I was hiking. Well, it wasn't the other day. It was kind of like it was a while ago. I don't know when it was, but I was hiking and I walked across a path, and there was this shed snake skin. The snakes shed their external skin, and there's just this hollow, ghost-like looking layer of skin. And couldn't I just get rid of my traumas like that? Just shed that layer and just go away from it. I don't want to say slither away like the snake did, but at least get away from it. No, you can't. So I'm going to rephrase this slightly by asking the question, how do I deal with my childhood trauma? And the answer is by leaning into it, by moving toward it. Now, this is counterintuitive, admittedly, to move toward something. Now, I'm going to share something with you here. I don't share it very broadly. I don't advertise it. This isn't something I tell the world. It's a very quiet part of me, but I'm a martial arts instructor. And we move toward danger. We don't move away from it. We don't avoid an attacker. We move quickly toward the attacker. We move toward the potential pain so we can take control of it. You see, to move away from a threat is to actually be in more danger because you're moving backwards and they're moving toward you. To move toward the danger puts you in the greatest level of control because you move with intentionality in ways that you know are the right things to do to take control of the situation. If you want to grow in your life so as to be able to deal with your trauma, then you move toward it. Avoidance does not work. Minimizing it does not work. Dismissing it does not work. Denying it does not work. It will leak out in your life. As one of our colleagues who has been on the show has said, Dr. Kurt Rounzen, he says, if we don't deal with our trauma, we will live our trauma. We're not living life. We're living our trauma. And our whole life is really about that trauma living out in us because of the way we live. So what am I suggesting? If you have childhood trauma, don't minimize it, face it, acknowledge it, write it down on a piece of paper, talk to the Lord about it, share it with other people. Then get help for it. What do I mean by that? There are people who are trained to work with people who have been traumatized. There are people who are trained in therapeutic methods that allow trauma to lose its grip upon us and to lose its level of control upon us. There are people who are trained in brain science, trauma, neurobiology, somatic manifestations, that is, bodily manifestations of trauma, and they know how to help you lean in and face your trauma and then take control as well as heal from it by bringing your trauma into relationship with a person that knows how to deal with trauma. It will not go away. If you try to suppress it, repress it, stuff it, it will only creep out in other ways. Your gut will reflect it. Diseases of the gut, of everything from both one end to the other, all the different diseases that manifest. Autoimmune disorders, headaches, migraines, heart conditions, all these things, many of them can be attributed to unresolved trauma. So getting past my childhood trauma does not happen with avoidance. It can only heal by moving in to the opponent and taking charge of that. And you cannot do it by yourself. You need help. So if you want help dealing with trauma, it's hard to face, but it's important to face it and acknowledge its truth, the reality of it, and then to say, I need help. I need somebody that can help me out of this. Somebody hurt you to get you into that, and now somebody can help you to get you out of that. And that's what we need to do. I hope that's been helpful, and I hope it's been encouraging and inspiring. You can't help the trauma you went through. You didn't cause it. It's not your fault. You didn't create it. Somebody else bigger than you, more powerful than you, harmed you. Now, whether it was an accident or a person who traumatized you, we have to understand that that was not God's will for your life, but you don't have to allow them to still have control over your life. Get some help. Find a good therapist who specializes in trauma, and you will be able to move through and into your childhood trauma, and it will heal that way rather than avoidance. Thank you for being with me on this very difficult and sensitive subject, but thank you for spending a few minutes with me here. And I just want to really encourage you to do something about that trauma. Avoiding it, it won't go away. Do something new. Do something now, and really get at it and go after it. So thank you for your time. Thanks for listening. I'll look forward to being with you next time. And if you have any questions, call us here at 1-800-NEW-LIFE, and we'll look forward to talking with you. Thanks for now.